I apologize for that. It just ended abruptly because every time I go live, somebody has to call me. It never fails. So it would not surprise me if the same thing happens during this live. Hopefully it won't. As you can see, I am in my truck. It's very hot, but I don't think you'll mind. It's hopefully comfortable where y'all are. Not too comfortable where I am right now. That's with the windows down, kind of down in the back. I can't put the key in the truck and start it or anything like that because then the radio will pick up and it'll cut the audio out. It'll connect to the radio, and there's like no way around that. So just got to deal with it. Anyway, I was basically saying, it's kind of been one of those weeks, and when you're having one of those weeks, the best thing you can do is start pressing more into God. As I was saying before my live, I had to end it. All right, let's get into the comments. What is going on, Stacy? Good to see you again. Brown girl, I am doing great. How are you? It's just a little warm in here, you know what I mean? Just a little hotter in here. Ooh. But that's all right. I get a lot more sweatier than this when I'm working. I actually recently just had to buy me a pair of shorts, which is something I never wear. I've never worn shorts. My legs are so white. I am day and night. Like, I am so dark up here, but my legs are pasty pale. And so I've been trying to stay out in the backyard, tan up my legs a little bit and stuff like that. And so I got these like really short David Hasselhoff shorts. I mean, I guess they would be like probably normal on a normal person, but I'm so tall. I'm 6'3", almost 6'4". So they look really, really short on me. But it's like, when I'm out here working and swinging a hammer, like, you're trying to wear like Wrangler jeans and boots, and it is so hot that, we're coming almost into August, and August is just brutal here in Texas. Like, it will kill you. And you're trying to work out there for like 12, 13 hours a day. Like, I don't think so. So I'm gonna have to start wearing shorts. So, Mr. Baywatch, that's right. Let's see. Do you have water or Gatorade? Yeah, we always have water. Sometimes we get Gatorade, not very often. But like on really, really hot days, yeah, we do get Gatorade because, I mean, you sweat so much that it's crazy. Like, I've had people get so hot that their nose just starts bleeding on my crew. Like, that was like years ago, but somebody, their nose just started bleeding, and I've had people literally pass out while standing on ladders, just pass out and just hit the ground. And so it's always, there's always a risk, even with drinking lots of water and stuff. But yeah, thank God, God is always with us. 1 year, since we're getting into this, I was so hot, I think I was having a heat stroke, that I was trying to frame this wall on the ground. You got a 2x4 here and a 2x4 that goes into it. So I'm at the end right here, and I'm trying to shoot through this 2x4 into this 2x4 because it's the end of the wall. There's a corner like that. So I'm holding it right here, and I try to shoot, and I miss, and the bullet, the nail went right through the tip of my finger, like the skin part. Thank God it didn't go in my bone or anything, but it went right through the tip of my finger, and I was so hot. I just like stared at it in disbelief, and I was like, oh man, all right, well, that's done. I just shot through my finger and like ripped half of my finger just straight in half. You're like, wow, thanks, that's sick. But I pick my hand up, I'm looking at it, and blood just starts pouring, and I'm like, oh man, I'm about to pass out because I'm so hot. That day I did not have any water or anything. I barely even had gas money to get there. The guy was like 57, 58 miles from where I lived. He was really far. I was working in Fort Worth, and I go to the door, and I'm like knocking. My hand just pouring blood, and trying to tell the guy like, hey dude, I gotta go. I shot myself. And So I have to wrap my hand up in my white t-shirt, and he opens the door, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm really hot. And I was like, I know I've only been here like 2 hours, and I'm like sweating so bad and sunburned already. It's so hot. And I'm like, man, I shot myself in the hand, so I'm going to have to go home and doctor my hand. And he's like, you shot yourself in the hand? I said, yeah, man, it's not good. And he's like, you didn't do that. And I said, do you want to see it? And he's like, yeah, I don't believe you. And I'm like, all right. I pulled my hand out, and it's just like, and he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, I told you, I shot myself in the hand. I need to leave. But anyway, some people, they just they don't get it. And I'm like, just, slinging it all over. He's like, no, I didn't do all that, but some people, when it's hot, you get a little frustrated like that, and they're like, I don't believe you. It's like, man, I'm about to shoot you in your hand, and you're not gonna believe it. It's gonna hurt. Yeah. But we got through it. I got through it. Wipe myself off here. It is just a little toasty in here. But yeah, damn. That's just I know y'all love my stories. I got a lot of stories. I need to start making more videos on my stories, because I've had quite a few stories. I just have to think of them. Like whatever subject we get on. Sometimes we'll get on a subject and I remember a story. I just got to think back. I love you too, Stacy. But let's see. Yeah. Man, there was this guy, and I don't like to talk about my customers or whatever, but this particular job, it didn't work out, so I guess and it's nothing bad. I mean, it's funny. The guy's name was Larry, and we went, I don't even know where to start. Larry, we went to his house. He lived off in Bridgeport, Texas. This was like his second home. He had a little cabin out here on the lake. And long story short, this dude kept hinting around about stuff. And it's like me, Alicia, my brother, this is an out of town job for us. It's about 2 hours from Dallas or so. And he wanted us to stay in his cabin, and he's staying in his cabin, him and his wife. And we're like, oh no, that's fine. We're going to go we'd rather get a hotel. So he agreed to pay for the hotel. But every day he starts throwing out these little hints about stuff, and we're kind of starting to catch on, and he's like always talking about sausage. Like, he's just like, where you guys going for lunch today? And it's like a small country town. And I was like, oh man, we're, I don't know, we're gonna go find something. He's like, well, there's not a lot around. And he's like, I made some sausages. And at first we were like, oh, okay, He's like, I'll put some sausages and some hot dog buns and eat it like a hot dog. And we're like, yeah, okay, that's cool, whatever. So, like the first day or two, we made sausages. And we're like, okay, that's cool. Kind of getting tired of sausage. So, like the third day that we're out there, this dude is like firing up the damn grill. And I'm just like, all right, hold on, Larry. Like, I don't want no more damn sausage, man. Like, we've already eaten sausage like 2 days in a row out here. It's in the middle of August. It's so damn hot. I don't want sausage a third day in a row. And so, like, I send one of my guys that was working for me, Matt. I send him over there, and I was like, hey, dude, can you just go tell Larry, like, we'll go in the town. Like, it's fine. We don't need no sausage right now. Like, it's too hot for that. And he goes over there and tells Larry, and Larry, like, gets so... All right, are we back? Let's see. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you for sharing me on TikTok. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So, Hopefully y'all are still with me. The phone overheated again. I'm telling you, it's so hard to go live with this phone. It's terrible. I don't know why this phone always does this. It's just ridiculous. Uh, hey, don't get out of that. What are you doing? How did you even get that? Um, I was grilling. I was actually grilling earlier, so, but I wasn't grilling sausages. My little chihuahua got the paper over here chewing on it. Come on. But yeah, this little sausage shenanigan, unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I literally switched services because of this and went with AT&T because I was with Metro and it kept messing up. And now that I've switched, it still messes up. It's unbelievable. I'm probably going to switch services again because as much as I'm paying for this service, it shouldn't be cutting out like this and saying, oh, reconnecting and all this stuff. I'm trying to find a good signal apparently. But anyway, long story short, basically Larry turned out to be a swinger, him and his wife, and they were trying to get us to stay at their cabin with them. And he kept referring to sausage, trying to hint around to my girlfriend at the time, Alicia, and it's just like a lot of weird things happen. I'm gonna have to make a video on this going into further detail because there was a lot of weird stuff that happened, from his wife chasing Alicia around the cabin saying, give me that crack, and she's like trying to poke her in the butt with a stick. It was weird. Like, we had to get out of there. I had to stop the job because, and Larry was always making references to how gigantic his sausage was. But yeah, so weird, just a weird job. But I have not spoke to Larry since. We got out of there promptly, and I'll never go back to Larry's cabin. Don't go to Larry's cabin if you get invited. It's a setup. We were building him a bigger addition on the cabin. That's what we were doing. I guess he wanted to bring more, people there to swing or something. I don't know. Trying to get me on your TikTok live. I didn't know you could go live on TikTok. Did not know that. I do have a TikTok. I haven't been on it in a very long time. Somebody just popped up the other day and was like, hey, your TikTok is hilarious. And I got to thinking, like, well, what's funny about it? I don't remember making any funny videos. And I remember there was like one that I changed the lyrics to a country song. And I said, there ain't nothing in the whole wide world like a black girl. And I guess that's what they were referring to, because that's the only funny thing that, I guess she would find that funny or something. I don't know. But, but yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I used to go on other people's like channels and stuff quite a bit back in the day. I haven't done it in a long time. Where the hell am I? What am I? What the hell? Where am I going? What is going on? Where am I going? But yeah, we're here. Oh, absolutely. I'll always, nothing will ever stop me. I mean, there's been so many people, people run their mouth about this and that, and dang, these things cut you if you run into it the right way, it'll scrape your arm, man. But yeah, but this particular live, it's just to go live. It's not really any particular thing today. I was going to make another preaching video titled Every Knee Will Bow. That's probably going to be my next little sermon that I do on here. Because I think that's a good topic, you know. I think that from what I see on Facebook mainly, you know, I see a lot of people disrespecting God, and, you know, sorry, I'm getting a lot of text messages as well. Let's see, let's read some comments. Let me know when you're able. Getting a lot of love on my page. Awesome. Thank you. All is well. The sunflowers look beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. But you know, I'm gonna try to go live more often though, if I can find a spot that isn't this, you know, bad. I don't know if it's a signal or what the heck is going on, but I'm telling you, every time I go live, something tries to stop it. But we're gonna be making more videos. I say we like there's a bunch of people on this. It's just me. I'm gonna be making more videos, and kind of getting back to what, you know, what the original content of this channel was. You know, it was about black women and Jesus. You know, that's the two main things in my life. You know, and like I said last night, if I'm not talking about Jesus, you know, at least some, then what am I doing? You know, what am I doing? You know, we just hit 22,000, like 200 followers on here, and that's awesome. You know, but there's not many people that actually watch this channel. You know, any particular video, it might get like 40 views, 50 views. So just because I have a lot of followers doesn't mean that, you know, there's not a lot of people watching these videos. And I would like them to, you know, I'd like the message to get out, you know, how I feel about black women and all that, you know, because I stand to protect black women. You know, I mean, I've made a lot of videos about that, how I feel like, you know, there's a lot of people that disrespect black women. I've seen it my whole life. Even as a kid growing up, I knew that. And I said, well, you know, when I grow up, I got to do something. And so just a couple years ago, you know, I just had this idea. I said, I'll make a video and I'll tell people, you know, how I feel about black women. And really, I didn't think it's going to go anywhere. It's probably what brought you to this channel in the first place. It's the video that a lot of people saw, titled Why I Prefer Black Women. And it sat there for maybe like a year, and then out of nowhere, like literally overnight, I just started getting hundreds and hundreds of comments, and I was just like, what is going on here? You know, and I was putting out little videos and stuff for like a year that they would get like 16 views, 24 views was a lot for me at the time, you know, and I was thankful for that. But, you know, I just feel like I'm on this earth to spread love, to bring awareness, to preach Jesus. You know, I'm here for a few reasons. You know, I want to just tell the world that I think, this is my opinion, I know some people get mad, but I'm not sorry for my opinion. I think that black women are the most beautiful women on earth. I really do. And that's not to downput anybody else or anything like that. Some people take it that way. Like I said, this is my opinion. People get on that video all the time and they're like, oh, this and that, you know, I think all women are beautiful and I prefer all women. And it's like, okay, that's great. Well, how do you feel after telling me that? You know, that's great. Make a video and tell the world. You know, so I don't know why they have to say stuff like that. I don't know, maybe they're jealous, but I don't know. Let's read some comments here. That video almost has 500,000 views. Wow, that is crazy. Man, I will always support and watch your videos, Joe. Thank you. Beautiful combination. Jesus is lovely. We are blessed to receive unconditional love from the Most High. Everything will fall into place. Your message will touch more people in divine timing. Amen. I agree. But, you know, I mean, and I've got a lot of videos on black women. I wrote a story. For those of y'all who do not know, I wrote and published a book called A Different Cowboy. It's about a cowboy and I guess you could say, former slave back in the 1800s, and they fell in love with each other. This is after slavery ended. And I think the year was like 1867 or something like that. So I wrote this book. It's a interracial Western love story. And it's on my YouTube. If you haven't heard it, you can go to the playlist, and I narrated it, so you don't have to buy the book or anything. That's just if you want. So there's a part 1 and a part 2. We're about to finish part 2. I think part 2 is so much better, but you got to go through part 1 so everything makes sense. But, praise God for that. That's a great book. It's touched a lot of lives on YouTube. Let's see. But, I think that's just my mission. I think I was really put here to love black women. I have loved black women since I was 5 years old. Ever since I started talking to old Lakeisha, she turned me around. But when I saw Aaliyah in that movie, Queen of the Damned, I just thought Aaliyah was just beautiful. And then I seen Destiny's Child, and I used to have a poster. I had a poster of Destiny's Child on my door, and I would not take it down. My mom said, take that down. I said, no, because they were dressed kind of a little provocative, I guess you could say, for like a 6-year-old, little skin showing. But I said, no, I'm not taking it down. And she ripped it down one day, and I went and I stapled it to my door because it was taped, and I went and stapled it to my door. But, I fell in love with Kelly Rowland. Y'all know that song with Nelly. I can't even remember what it's called right now. Dang. I know it, but I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. But when I saw that, my stepdad introduced me to that song, and I saw her, and I said, oh. I said, look at her, man. Look, she's beautiful. And I just thought that song she was singing like, JoJo, I love you. JoJo, I need you. I took it for I said, man, she's singing to me. And I just, and then she was in Freddy versus Jason. I loved that movie. The only reason I watched it was because of her. And and it was funny because I started praying. I said, Lord, I'd really like to find me a girl that looks like her. I think she's so beautiful. And I'm telling you, I was in the 8th grade, and God literally sent me a girlfriend that looked so much like her. It was unbelievable. And I loved her so much. Her name was Caitlin Flowers. And she is getting married soon. She just got proposed to. Her fiance now, he proposed to her last week. So, thank you. So, but she was my first love. She really was. I mean, I fell really, really, really in love with her. And she broke my heart, but that's part of life, Let's see, let's read some comments here. Saw your video yesterday. It was amazing how strong you are, how fearless you are. It is nice to see. Hopefully you will continue to inspire others to embrace their truths. I appreciate your bravery. Thank you. Dilemma, that's what it was. Yeah, Dilemma. Man, I love that song. I can just her voice makes me melt. Anyway, that's right. I'm a man. I got sunflowers. But yeah, I need a shirt made that's it says black women and Jesus or something like that's my biggest thing. With like two hammers like crossed at the bottom. So people are like, what does that mean? It's like, it means he loves black women, Jesus, and he loves his job. He's a framer. He's a carpenter. He builds houses. He loves what he does. That pretty much sums me up right there. You know, building, Jesus, and black women. I should say Jesus, black women, and building in that order. Check out my Chihuahua, man. This is Faith. Hey, Faithy. Faithy, you want to say hi? You don't want to say hi? Why are you giving me that eye? She's giving me the stank eye. Anyway, not all women like me. She's a little jealous. She only don't like me talking to other people. Let's see. Where can you reach out? What is my email address is cupofjoeshow@gmail.com. I believe that's what it is. Can anybody confirm that has my email? I believe it is cupofjoeshow@gmail.com. I know I've given my email out before, so let's see. Hi, doggo. I never heard that, doggo. I like that. Yeah, but her name is Faith, you know, because I always wanted a little Chihuahua like her. So I had faith that I would get one. And when I asked the lady on Facebook, I said, I want that tan one right there. And she said, well, that one's taken already. You can't have it. And so, you know, I was just like, okay, well, I don't know. I really wanted that tan one because there was pictures. I said, I guess I'll decide when I get there. So when I got there to pick up another one, she was like, hey, aren't you that guy that wanted a tan one? And I said, well, yeah. And she goes, okay, well, here you go. The other person backed out and said that you could have her. And I said, oh, man. And I said, okay. Because first I was going to name her Maria. And then I thought about naming her Skittles. And then I was going to name her Darlin. That was like the last name I came up with. I'm thinking of all these names, you know. And I said, you know what? I had faith that I would get this dog, so I'm going to name her Faith. And so ever since then, she's been my little Chihuahua. And I am very happy with her. She sleeps with me every night, don't you, girl? Don't you, mama? Yeah. And she likes chasing squirrels and birds and likes letting everybody know this is her backyard, not mine, as all Chihuahuas do. But yeah, I'm just a simple man, you know. And I always say you can follow me on Facebook too. I don't have like a Cup of Joe channel or Cup of Joe page. I just have my normal page, Joe Jones. You can find me, Joe Jones. Probably type in Dallas, Texas. It's me wearing a cowboy hat. You know, I'm just a simple dude. You know, I'm just out here trying to spread the word that I love black women. You know, I'm trying to empower black women, protect black women, help them any way I can. You know, on the daily, my daily life, that is what I do. Like, I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. It's been this way for years before anybody even knew me. I've been doing what I do. So, you know, but going to be making a video soon. Today actually marks 50 days, 50 days since I stopped drinking completely and Jesus broke the chains of addiction. I was an alcoholic for 8 years. I have struggled with alcohol, and it was like every day for 8 years. I struggled. And that's why I haven't been making any like preaching videos, because I was like, man, I don't want to be preaching to people, but I'm, you know, drinking and I've got this problem and stuff like that. So today makes 50 days and I'm celebrating that. 50 days today, and it's been about 6 or 7 years since Jesus broke the addiction of drugs off of my life, man, because I was hooked. I was hooked on that stuff. And I have no need, no want for none of that. I don't want to drink. I don't want to, do what I used to do. Let's see, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I used to be a heavy smoker. I'd go through like a pack and a half a day. I don't do that anymore. So if you have an addiction, give it to God, because he wants to take that addiction away from you. I'm telling y'all, he really does. He really does care about you. The Bible says, cast your cares on him, because he cares. He's your burden bearer. He is your strong tower. He is your deliverer. He is your healer. He is Jehovah Jireh, your provider. He is the great physician. He is the friend that sticketh closer than a brother. He is everything. He is the great, mighty I am. So we've got to be turning to God, especially in these days right now. The world is crazy right now, ain't it? So much stuff is going on. Stuff today, stuff last week, just especially in this country, like a lot of things changing up, so let's see. Thank you. Yes, God is good. Yes, he is. And you're going to see a lot more videos from me talking about God, man, because God deserves the praise. I could not have done it without his strength. See, the thing is, I kept trying to stop drinking for 8 years, but I was doing it on my strength. And you can't do that. You have to give it to God. You have to operate in his strength, or you're going to fail every single time. You've got to reach the point in your life where you say, you know what, God, I'm just not strong enough to do this. I cannot do this. But the thing is, you'll tell God, take this away from me, but he's going to say, no, I will not take it away from you. I need you to place it at the cross. So that's all he asks of you. I'm not going to take it out of your hand. You got to let go. If you let go and you let God, man, that's what it is. Let go and let God do it. Let God handle it. Just give it to him. There's so many people on the earth that are hurting right now that don't know which way to turn. Just let go and let God. That's really all I can tell you. Watch out, Faith. Watch out. What are you doing? Let's see, where are we at? Let's see, struggling with faith because it seems that God isn't hearing me, but I'm trying. What do you think about Kamala Harris running against Trump? Let's see, let's go back to the first, struggling with faith. Let me answer that real quick. If my phone doesn't die, it's in the red. And that's okay. I mean, I have struggled with my faith even when I was a preacher. A lot of y'all don't know that. I was an ordained minister for 5 years. But even when I was a preacher, there would be days where I'm like, man, is God listening to me? Is he, are my prayers even going past the ceiling? But the great news is Jesus said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, one of the smallest seeds there is, if you have faith the size of the mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, go and be removed into the sea, and it will be removed. Just like the video I did last night, some of y'all have been asking God for something. And same with me. I've been praying for something very specific for 8 years now. 8 years. And I have not seen it come to pass. But there's been times where I wanted to give up. There's been times where I thought the answer was no. There's been times where I was just like, God, I don't know what you want me to do. But all I know is I've got to keep I got to keep sowing. You take some seed, you just keep sowing. Keep sowing. Keep sowing. When times are getting hard, I'm still sowing. I'm still sowing. I'm still sowing. I'm throwing seeds on the ground. Seeds on the ground. Seeds on the ground. Because what's going to happen eventually is that seed that I put down, I'm going to see a harvest. And what did Jesus say? He said, pray because God listens. Even when we don't think he's listening, even when we don't feel him, he's there. He's there with you right now. He's saying, even when you don't see me, you don't feel me, you can't hear me, I'm there. You speak my name and the light of the world shows up. Every demon in hell trembles with fear when you speak the sacred name of Jesus. And you got to speak to your situation. If the devil is on your life and you need breakthrough, you need to say to Satan, Satan, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Get your filthy hands off of my finances. Get your hands off of my children. Get your hands off of my job, my life, my health. I rebuke you. The Bible says in Proverbs 18:21 that the power of life and death is in your tongue. God gave you that power. So whatever it is, you speak to that mountain. He said, if you say to this mountain, be removed, it will obey you. Even though it may take a little longer than what you're expecting, the answer may not be no. It may be not right now, you know. But Jesus said, do like this when you pray. Keep knocking, keep knocking, keep knocking, keep knocking. When the guest arrives at the house at midnight, he knocks on the door and he needs something. Eventually, the homeowner is going to get up out of his bed and give him all that he needs, is what Jesus said. That's how God is. Keep praying, keep seeking, keep praying, keep praying, keep praying. That's going to help build your faith, you know. Now, as for, I think you say her name, Kamala Harris. I haven't really had much time to think about that. I just found out not too long ago what happened with all of that, with Biden stepping down. I don't know. I think that's cool. You know, I love the fact that there is a black woman running for president of the United States. I think that's awesome. You know, do I think she has a chance to win? I don't know. I just, you know, I don't even want to speculate on that. I mean, Trump is a very tough individual to beat. Honestly, I didn't even see Joe Biden beating him this time. So, you know, that's my thoughts on that. I love the fact that she's going to step up and run. If that's what she's chosen to do, I don't know if she has. I don't know if that's been confirmed. I haven't heard. But if that's what she's doing, then, you know, more to her. I mean, because that's a brave woman. That's a strong woman. That's awesome. She's making a voice for other black women that, hey, you can do this. You can. My daughter wants to be president. So this is really awesome that she's going to try to run for president. You know, so I think it's a great example for all women. You know, let's see. Feel it. Wait, sometimes too. Falling apart around me. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm right there with you too. You know, my problem is finances. You know, like I said the other night, I've had a business for 8 years that is it's just on rocky ground. It has been for 8 years. You know, we'll get a job and then we'll go 4 or 5 weeks with nothing. You know, or we'll get 2 or 3 jobs back to back and then we'll go 3 weeks with nothing or 6 weeks with nothing. We're trying to survive on the little money that we made. So, you know, I got a lot of people telling me, give up, quit, especially lately. You know, a lot of people have been coming at me like the enemy. Just give up. You're an idiot. You're stupid. Why are you still doing this? Why are you still believing God's going to do this for you? But like I tell everybody, Joseph was in slavery for 13 years. But look where God took him, you know. I don't think that success comes from overnight. You know, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Abraham Lincoln lost 8 elections. If he would have quit after the 7th one, then, you know, that wouldn't be good right now. You know, I may not have ever even been able to marry a black woman. You know, my child may not have been born. So you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. So yes, times are hard for me right now. They've been hard for 8 years, but I want to be the example for y'all. Keep praying, stay in faith. I feel you. You know, I'm in the same boat. I don't know why a lot of people think I make so much money off YouTube. I make nothing. I can literally take a screenshot of all the money that I've made. It takes me about 3 or 4 months just to, what would you call it? Accumulate $100 because there's like $100 threshold that YouTube won't even pay you until you make at least $100. And it takes me like 2 to 3 months to even hit that threshold. So, just because there's 22,000 followers, that doesn't mean anything, and really that doesn't matter to me. I want my income to come from God. I want my income to come from my business, and I feel like that's how, God is my provider. So, you know, I'm not just going to give up making videos because I don't make money. I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to spread the messages that I have been given by God. I want to see, damn squirrel. I want to see a better world for black women. I want to see all the violence against black women stop. I want to hear about less murders and rapes and domestic violence and, women left to raise 4 kids on their own. I'm tired of hearing that. Like, why is this happening? How can we change it? What can we do about it? That's what I want this channel to bring awareness to all these things that are happening. There's so many black women that are kidnapped. And it's almost like nobody is talking about this. I don't see anything happening. I don't see people making a big deal about it. So if nobody else will make a big deal about it, then I will make a big deal about it until I get other people to realize, hey, this is an important top. Faith, where were you? That squirrel just like jumped right in front of my face and almost killed me. That thing was like 5 foot long and almost killed me. Like, it jumped at me. And my dog just sat there like, what? Anyway, let's see. Yep. Because my daughter, she's a black woman. Well, she's a girl. She's not a woman yet, but one day she will be a black woman. She's mixed, but we gotta try to make this world a better place for our children. And if I just sit back and do nothing, then nothing will happen, And people may think, well, what can I do? I'm just one person. Well, if 500 million people think I'm one person, what can I do? Just ask yourself, what can I do? And then find like-minded people, and then let's all get together and we can do something about this together, So I feel like that's what I'm here for. Yeah, no problem. And it'll always be that way. I will never change. People used to tell my mom when I was like 12 and 13, oh, he's just going through a phase. That's just a phase boys go through. It's not a phase. This is why I was put on this earth. I was put here to spread the message, I'm trying to change the world one heart at a time. If I can reach somebody that, that's like these people that I met when I was in school and growing up, that absolutely hated me for who I loved, if I can reach them now and change their mind, I don't even have to convince them to date black women. I'm not trying to do that for everybody, but I just want everyone to see that we're all equal. I got made fun of in school a lot, which it didn't bother me. I didn't care. That's fine, but the problem is not with me. The problem is with them. Their hearts need to be changed, not mine. So that's what we're doing on this channel. We're trying to change people's hearts. We're trying to spread love, spread awareness, protection. I want all men to rise up. I don't care what color they are. I want all men to rise up and protect the ethnic group that is under attack. Because people will lie and say they're not. Yes, it is. And people aren't doing anything about it in my eyes. I am doing great, Miss Johnson. Thank you. Let's see. Women, especially kidnapping, because people assume they ran away. Yep, I've heard that many times. It sucks because I and my sister almost got kidnapped when we were young. Wow. Yeah, see, and that's what my girlfriend tells me all the time. She's like, people don't. Okay. Um, but that's what she tells me all the time, that people don't make a big deal about it because they assume that black girls run away, and it's like, why? Why is that? Like, I don't understand a lot of this stuff. I'm still learning about a lot of this stuff. Like, okay, people assume they ran away, so where's the Amber Alert? Still, if a child has ran away, we need to find that kid and then find out why they ran away, but don't just sweep it under the rug. Oh, she ran away. Okay, she's 10 years old, dude. Let's go find her. She's in danger. Like, some of this stuff is like, this world is crazy. Let's see, mixed also, I'm definitely supporting awareness for people overall. The children, they're the future generation. Curses must be broken. Absolutely. We'll have a purchase. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, those cicada thingamabobbers are starting to screech, and you know how Texas is. I don't know what that means, but I guess I'm gonna hop off of here. I just want to thank all y'all for watching and staying through this video. I know it was a long video, but I had to hop on here. Again, I want to introduce myself to the new people that have never got a chance to talk to me, stuff like that. I like to be very personal with my channel. I'm not one of these people that's not going to respond or anything like that. I read all the comments. I am very busy, but I do try to get back to everyone that I can, or at least I'll heart your comment to let you know that, yes, I agree with what you said. Thank you for what you said. Something like that. Something like that, but I'm not going to ignore your comment completely and just, if you comment, your comments do get read, and they are much appreciated. Thank you all very much. Oh, thank you. I like it too. I've had this hat for like 2 years now. It's pretty cool. But what else before I go? I am in the process of talking to some directors and producers about my movie, because if you don't know, if you're new, I am an actor. I'm in a couple of movies on Tubi. My newest movie that I'm in, that'll be coming out, I think, in theaters I think it's going to be in theaters. Either theaters or Amazon Prime or Netflix, but it is called Mr. Gates. I play Officer Bates in Mr. Gates. I play a cop. But let's see. What else? I'm trying to think here. But oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the movie. I am talking to a director, a producer, all those things, and we're going to try to get this movie, A Different Cowboy, underway. That would be great. If we could get on the roll with that. I'm in a SWAT team movie we're working on right now. It's called Ballistics. So we got to get that out of the way first, and then we will go further into, they want to meet with me and talk about my movie and what we can do to kind of make it get on the, on the ball here. My brother's doing good. He is out of ICU, but still, please keep him in your prayers. Thank you all for all the prayers, everybody that prayed for him. We're very worried about him, and we all need your prayers right now. So, but yeah, if we could make that movie, that'd be incredible. Yeah, big plans. Hopefully. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna get off here. It's pretty humid out here, but thank you again. Thank you so much. Hopefully by 2025, it'd be great to have it out by like mid 2025, because it takes place in summer. So if we could get on the ball and start filming like right now, like as soon as next month is what they're talking about, I'd like to get it done as quick as possible so that we could get into production and stuff. You know, hopefully by March or April of 2025. I would love to see that happen. But, you know, we'll see. All right, y'all, I'm Joe Jones. This is the Cup of Joe Show, and this has just been your daily dosage. Love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next